皆さん、いい腕前ですね。
来てくれたんだ。あなたが来る前にこの辺りを散歩探し回ってみたんだけど、もういいよ。まんまと逃げられたってことに。最近は寝る間も惜しんで稽古に励んでたから、今は違うけど、実は私も昔は彼女以上のサボり魔だったんだよ。だから彼女の気持ちも、彼女のために言い訳なんかしなくていいの。せっかく来てくれたんだし、美味しいものでもご馳走してあげる。今はあなたの方が興味深いの。まあ、歩きながら話そう。近人口に美味しい店があるってレイサお姉ちゃんが言ってたから、行ってみよう。こんにちは。2人ですけど行けますか？
お二人様ですね。
はい。このメニューの上から下まで全部1人前ずつください。
本当に上から下まで全部でよろしい？
あれ、もしかして足り…心配しないで。お金ならあるから。
では先に何品か召し上がっていただいて。
わかりました。いろいろ考えたんだけど。そうだ。食べない。おじいちゃんが友達との付き合いでは。じゃあたくさん食べて。あなたの剣に興味があるって言った方が正確かも。前に元凶からあなたは腕が立つのは確かだけど、それからあなたの剣にはずっと興味があったんだ。重量配分は均等なのか、バットってあのバット？その反対。あ、バットだ。でも剣に決まった形はないっておじいちゃんが言ってたから、このバットも剣の部類に見たところ、あなたは当たってた？それにいつもルールは破るためにあるとか変なことばっかり言ってない？息を吐くように嘘をつく聖人君子面。私は今まで何百もの剣を借り、
and every single one of them has been melted down. Yes, but only for those who cross the line. Melting their swords is my way of protecting those weapons, but just looking at a sword is not enough. Grandpa always says, words and expressions can be deceiving.
Miss Yunli, for talented swordmasters like you, the war dance is a perfect opportunity to show off your... But for people like her who have already made significant contributions to the CİNH, they maybe don't need to prove themselves on the... It has been a while, Miss Nameless.
And you...
Thank you for your introduction, Miss Nameless. I'm Shi Kuei, and I work in the Palace of Astrum as the secretary for the Helm Master. I apologize for interrupting your conversation. Yes, with the war dance approaching, many guests from afar are pouring in. Mr. Pavo here is one of them. Mr. Pavo's planet recently joined the Pan-Cosmic Trade System. He brought his delegation here this time, not only for business, but also to return something that belongs to the CİNH.
Miss Shikue, the word gift is perhaps more fitting than return. While it did once belong to the CİNH, we faced many tribulations to be able to deliver it here, so...
I apologize for my poor choice of words. General Huayan plans to personally thank them at the Palace Astrum and present the sword as a prize to the champion of the war dance. Since you two were talking so enthusiastically about the war dance, maybe you'd be interested in joining us at the Palace of Astrum?
Nice to meet you both. The journey to the CİNH wasn't an easy one, but the scenery here is worth it. Once the formalities at the Palace of Astrum are finished, I'll find a quiet spot on this street and plant a seedling. The Sword of Heroes will finally be returned to its rightful owners. I couldn't be happier. Oh, you're interested in my home planet? That's great. Your Excellency is welcome to visit us at any time. Even though the trade route just opened, it still might take around 200 system hours to get there from Pier Point. Sure, it's a bit cold and the food is a bit repetitive and our houses aren't as fancy as those on Pier Point, but that doesn't matter. We've discovered massive supernium deposits, and we're on the path to prosperity. Oh, you mean the Mieka-Kivesa? It's an incredible sword. That weapon helped the legendary heroes of my homeland slay. It also has the power to choose monarchs. All the ancient kings of Kalevala received a sign from the sword, showing they were worthy to rule the land. According to tradition, each monarch would plunge the sword. Well, those are just legends from... Well, times have changed, and now that we have a while the sword holds great historicals, the old-timers on council had a heated... That's the best possible outcome. Wonderful. It's an honor to have so many people witness the sword.
General Huayan will hold the sword gifting ceremony at the Palace of Astrum soon. Are you interested?
Let's head to the Palace of Astrum together. I know, right? Thanks to March 7 skipping class, we get to join in on the fun. Grandpa always asks me to go look at swords with him. But now that we're invited, let's go and check it out.
Peaceful days are like breezes, carrying the scent of wheat fields.
There you are. Come on, let's go.
Please allow me to offer a sincere compliment to my fair lady. Your beauty is as pure as a snow... Well, if it isn't my dear friend! Glad to meet you again.
Who is this weirdo? Who is this weirdo? Is this...
I am Argenti, a member of the Knights of Beauty. I was invited as a part of the Kalevala delegation to escort the legendary Mieka-Kivesa back to the CİNH. May I have the honor of knowing your name?
My name is Yunli.
What a beautiful name! I wonder if you have ever heard the holy name of the pure and flawless goddess Adrilla.
Oh, you're here, Yunli. Didn't expect you to be so well informed.
Manners. Come on. You won't find another granddaughter as polite and well-behaved as me.
Well, just remember this is a very serious ceremony. Sorry for keeping you waiting, Mr. Pavo. Now, let the sword gifting ceremony begin.
Before the ceremony officially commences, I want to express my gratitude to the Knight Argenti. Thank you for enlightening us about the sword's origin, and for escorting it here safely so that we may... On behalf of the Kalevalan delegation, I, Pavel Kalistaya, am here to return the legendary Mieka-Kivesa to the CİNH Alliance, its rightful homeland.
I'm truly grateful for Kalevala's noble act of returning the sword, and for the Knight of Beauty's chivalry. Now, as we gather here on the CİNH, I officially welcome the sword back to its homeland, LIệUK. It's a fitting name for a sword with such a legendary past. I still remember the name engraved on this sword the day it was forged. Yin. It was forged by Hongguang, a craftsman from the Zhu Ming's Flame Wheel Forge.
Wait, Hongguang?
Although its blade is worn and cracked, its essence remains as resilient as the Xianzhou Cloud Knights. All it needs is some repairs and polishing by the skilled craftsmen of the Artisanship Commission to regain its former glory. I've decided to entrust this sword, Yin, to the Lawful Artisanship Commission for restoration. Furthermore, it will serve as the prize for the champion of the Lawful War Dance. This sword will be wielded against abominations to protect.
Thank you, General. It is an honor for Kalevala.
Now, esteemed knight and delegation members, please head to the Artisanship Commission, where...
No! This sword was forged by Hongguang.
Yunli! These esteemed guests have brought back your father's work. Where are your manners?
Oh, I didn't realize this sword was actually forged by your father. Returning it to its rightful owner is,
Grandpa, give me that cursed sword right now! I'll melt away the remnants of that man's curse once and for all!
Don't be rude, Yunli. Apologize to our esteemed guests from afar.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for making a scene. But I have to melt down this cursed sword. I won't let it fall into anyone else's hands.
Yunli, please, go for now. This is exactly why I didn't want Yunli to know about this. Could you, please, keep an eye on Yunli for me? That is a tall order, but I'm counting on you. I apologize for the unfortunate interruption.
Unless I'm mistaken, Yunli should be around here somewhere.
Did Grandpa send you to look for me? I bet he did.
まさか、おじいちゃんに言われてきたの？本当に？ありがとう。でも、言っとくけど、私は絶対ここを動かないよ。守衛の隙をついて魔剣を奪って、みんなが戸惑ってる間に溶かすから。あなたは確かに腕は立つ。あれは魔剣なの。あなたは魔剣って聞いたことある？字面だけ見ればそうだね。魔剣というのは剣術の素人でもそれを握れば高度な剣技をひらめき、非力な人間でも驚異的。冗談で言ってるわけじゃないし、デタラメの話をしたいんじゃない。魔剣の持ち主は修行を積んだ達人のような剣術をるつぼに燃料を足し続けるのと同じ。剣を振るうたび、 使い手は手のひらからじわじわと剣に血髄を吸い取られ、その瞬間人は剣の使い手ではなく剣に操られる生ける屍となって。西洋を知ってるんだ。だったら詳しく説明する必要もないよね。それがいわゆる魔剣と呼ばれるものの正体。剣を作ることに魅入られた職人が。宝剣の儀での私の振る舞いは確かに良くなかった。でもよく考えてみると、それより剣を構造紙に修理させるはずなのに。はあ、ここにいても無駄みたい。おじいちゃんがあの剣を選んだ理由はどうあれ、今までしてきたようにあの人が作った剣を一本ずつ見つけ出して急がないと。私たち一旦ここで別れよう。
さっきの話からして構造紙に潜入して剣を奪うつもりかな。見張ってた方が良さそう。彼女はこんなに広い構造紙のどこに行くつもりかな。
さっき女の子にすごい勢いで道を聞かれた。
知らないわよ。
ああ、背は小さいのにびっくりするようなもんを持って。
すごい勢いで構造紙に。
構造紙のものだけど。
ちょっと、なんで道を教えたのよ。
どこって、金人を保管する倉庫に決まってるだろう。
あそこにいるのは講師先生お気に入りの。
どうして来たの？私はいいけど、あなたまでこの問題に巻き込む。まあいいや。とりあえず先にこのポンコツたちを壊そう。話はその後で。
供養され、未来は絶対だ。
盤上の駒となれ。チェックメイトだ。
体力無能。
やっ、
大丈夫さ。明日のために。この身をくべよう。余人よ、来世に暁を。
やっと片付いた。助けてくれてありがとう。警備は厳重だけど、ここには金人しかなかった。はあ、道を教えてくれた職人もあなたも私を助けに来たんじゃなくて。おじいちゃんが前言を翻せば使節団の信用を失うし、だからといって魔剣をずっとここに置いておくのもラフに悪い。あなた心の中で私のこと衝動的で理屈の通じない子だと思ってない？私だってずっとこうだったわけじゃない。ごめんなさい。一つ言ってなかったことがある。でもここでは話せないから場所を変えよう。あと先に言っておくけど、別に前に話したよね。今日の宝剣の儀で贈られた幸運は西洋が鋳込まれた魔剣で、私がおじいちゃん以外の人に眼光の話をすることはほとんどない。あなたの推測通り、それになぜかあなたの前では素直になれる眼光のことはもうほとんど忘れた。だけど あの頃の炎林中連宮は人の出入りが激しかったってことは覚えてる。旅人が剣が欲しい一心で何を話してるかまではちゃんと聞き取れなかったけど、元寇がすごい武器を作ると政界に名を馳せる炎林中連宮の剣はあらゆるものを貫く無敵の刃。その剣を手にする者は剣職人の名という虚栄に貪欲のあまりに元寇は禁忌の淵をさまよってた。彼はこの世に存在すべきでない数百もの魔剣を生み出し、でもおじいちゃんが言ってたんだけど、違法の旅人の中にはいろんな人がいた。剣を求めても手に入らない人、手に入れても願いを叶えられなかった人、あるいは嘘や暴力を駆使してまで。それはあまりに突然のこと。一瞬で全ての音が遠ざかっていったのに、私は一歩も動けなかったけど、母が襲い来る魔剣の前から押し出してくれたから、よろめきながらも走り出せた。
I was frozen in place, unable to move. It was only when my mother pushed me away from the deadly swing of the cursed sword I managed to escape. I don't remember much after that, except for the pounding of my heart and the sound of my own gasps of breath. I could hear the smiths in the flame wheel forge shouting, "Run away, Yunli!" And the screams of agony. My tears wouldn't stop. And I couldn't see anything. I kept gasping for air. If General HOYOVERSE hadn't arrived in time, I probably wouldn't be here talking to you now. After that, General HOYOVERSE took me in and treated me like his own granddaughter. To me, he is 100 times better than my sinful father. He taught me forging and swordsmanship. Hangguang paid for his sins, but his troubled legacy must not go unchecked. According to the records, he forged a total of 1,382 heliobus cursed swords, and 182 of them, when I joined the Flamewheel Forge for training, I made a vow to hunt down all those cursed swords. So far, I found 312 of them. Like all the other cursed swords, I'll separate it from the heliobus. Then, I'll melt it down and make it part of the blade of forged remnants. I've said my piece now, even though it'll be tough for Grandpa. Those travelers who came seeking Hangguang's swords all came in the name of justice, and most of those so-called great heroes were heartless killers. They are only called heroes because they won. Many of the cursed swords I've destroyed had honorable and grand names, too. A legendary sword and a butcher's knife are often just different ways of describing the same thing. Somehow, after talking to you, I feel like I've cooled off a bit. Well, I'll have an honest conversation with Grandpa tomorrow. And I won't take any action against Guiyun. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that in a public place. Anyway, thank you. We'll catch up tomorrow.
I should go back to the Palace of Astrum and tell General HOYOVERSE what happened at the Artisanship Commission.
My granddaughter didn't cause any trouble, did she? Sorry for all this trouble. Yunli told you quite a bit. Guang was my beloved disciple. However, talent can sometimes be a curse. He had an unusual fervor for forging, and he dreamed of forging a sword with self-awareness that, according to him, while weapons of mass destruction like Zhu-Ming flames and alchemical arrows can destroy many enemies, true victory lies with soldiers who fearlessly fight. But usually, Xianzhou swordsmiths infuse a basic level of awareness into their swords to make them easier to wield. But even then, soldiers need to experience countless battles to overcome fear and sharpen. By infusing Heliobi into swords, he managed to forge weapons that could grant their wielders strength and valor. After countless battles, all the anger, fear, and bloodlust are soaked up by the Heliobi within the swords. No matter how noble Hongguan's intentions were, those weapons, soaked in blood, turned into cursed swords eventually. Later, Outworlders got wind of what he was doing and encouraged him to keep forging cursed swords. And you know what happened next. That massacre took her parents' lives, and the lives of many craftsmen in the Flame Wheel Forge. Yunli managed to survive, but she couldn't escape the horrors of that day. Yes, I don't want her to spend her whole life trapped under her father's shadow. Despite her vow to hunt down and wipe out all cursed swords, fulfilling that vow requires immense effort. And to reclaim those swords, she has to duel the bloodthirsty wielders, teetering on the edge of life and death. She has taken back over 300 cursed swords, and has suffered the same number of fatal wounds. I took her in to give her a chance at a normal childhood, not to send her on a sword-hunting journey. Even if she manages to melt down all the cursed swords one day, DõI:YN is indeed one of the cursed swords forged by Hongguang. Very few swordsmiths could use Heliobi as forging material. I thought this sword could be an opportunity. I wanted to tell her that her father wasn't all evil, that even the man she resents so much. I also wanted to find a chance to tell her about... I've instructed the Artisanship Commission to keep the sword safe. Since my granddaughter mentioned talking to me tomorrow, I'll be waiting for her. I'll be counting on you then.
Time to go back and find that class-skipping March 7th.
Please, take good care of Yunli.
As time unwinds, I find myself lost in your mind. The midnight toils, as darkness falls, I see your tears when we
All right. Everyone is here. It's time for questioning.
Yunli, I'm sure you understand why the official called you here.
Yeah? But I didn't steal the sword.
Unfortunately, official Dahao didn't hear Yunli's. If we don't recover the sword, we will be breaking our promise.
Yes. It's my duty to thoroughly investigate the case.
After everything, the sword still got stolen. They should have given it to me from the beginning.
In this case of Gu Yun's theft, everyone involved seems suspicious to some extent. First, during the sword gifting ceremony, Yunli openly expressed her intention to steal the sword.
That's true.
The Realm Keeping Commission inspected the arsenal where Gu Yun was stored, and there were no signs of forced entry through the doors or windows. Hey! It's just a theft. The box containing Gu Yun was opened and the sword went missing. But none of the other swords in the room were touched. Which means...
Well, I do know about the box and the cursed sword.
Exactly. The suspect had a clear motive and took only Gu Yun. So, besides the ceremony participants... In that case, why would they return it to the CİNH in the first place? That makes sense. The delegation, led by the Knight of Beauty, delivered the sword to the Artisanship Commission. Argenti? Oh, that Knight of Beauty. He was with the delegation when they handed over the sword to the Artisanship Commission. You might not know, but he's the one who recognized the sword's origin on Kalevala and escorted it back to the CİNH. So, he wouldn't have gone through all that trouble to bring it to the Law Fu if you... Master Gongshu checked the work records, and I questioned all the craftsmen in the print. So, did you steal it? Then stop joking around.
I can prove that she came to me after leaving the Artisanship Commission.
To put it simply, not everyone who's seen the sword has been to the Artisanship Commission.
Fair enough.
So...
I didn't steal the sword.
Well, when you've eliminated the impossible, whatever... If you want to prove me wrong, you'd better come up with some solid evidence.
Let me gather my thoughts. I need to help Yunli clear her name.
Who could have thought that the Mieka would be stolen? And that the prime suspect is... Regardless, we've accomplished our mission. And now it's the CİNH's problem. That's enough, young lady. Let me get something straight. On Kalevala, this sword has always been highly revered. The first master of the Mieka slew countless demons and then passed it down to a line of wise monarchs. The monarchs would heed the guidance of the hero spirits within the sword and gain insight into defeating their enemies. Oh, of course, it could just be a myth. After all, the point is that the Mieka did help the ancestors of Kalevala build a strong foundation. It's definitely not a cursed sword.
I don't want to make things difficult for official Dahao. If I can find that cursed sword, I can... That's what I'm trying to figure out right now. There's something else bothering me. Why would the thief take the sword, but leave the case behind? Did they melt down the sword like I wanted to? Yeah. Maybe. But if the case was too much trouble, wouldn't it be too conspicuous to carry around the sword like that? There must be a reason why the thief took the sword.
Yes, I received your message yesterday and went to the arsenal to check. But when I went back this morning, all that was left, however, As the Master Artisan of the Artisanship Commission, I've got to clarify something. Wait, no. I just remembered. My precious aromatons were smashed!
If you've found any clues, feel free. All right.
Yunli says she didn't steal the sword, but I know well that Yunli can be impulsive. You were with Yunli yesterday, young lady? No, she was still mad at me, so she didn't come by. After the ceremony, Argenti carried the sword case, and together with the delegation, I'm counting on you then.
So, the thief took the sword from the case without picking the lock? Why is this flower petal inside the case?
If you've found any clues,
Thank you. But I'm not sure if I can convince Mr. DäHäu.
100% sure. Throughout the entire incident, there was only one suspect who broke into the Artisanship Commission. Miss Yunli caused a ruckus at the Artisanship. After bidding farewell to you, we haven't found any other suspects or evidence.
Can I prove this?
Throughout the entire incident, there was only one. Miss Yunli caused a ruckus at the Artisanship Commission, trying.
What DäHäu said seems... Exactly. So at least Yunli didn't steal the sword at that time, because we were at the Arumaton warehouse.
If your testimony is reliable. Miss Yunli caused a ruckus at the Artisanship. After bidding farewell.
After Yunli and I went our separate ways, and much later, Master Gongshu told me the sword was confirmed safe. Can I prove this?
After bidding farewell to you, we haven't found any other suspects.
Looks like you're missing some crucial evidence.
There are no signs of the arsenal being broken into, so... The only real evidence is the sword case.
No, the fact that there are no signs of a break-in is suspicious in itself. Which piece of evidence should I use?
We haven't found any other suspects or evidence.
I found this, in the crevice at the bottom of the case.
A rose petal? Huh.
I don't know. But I do know that wherever that Knight of Beauty goes, he always leaves behind a trail of rose petals that's almost impossible to clean up.
My thoughts are a mess. The sword case was never locked, which is evidence that only someone who delivered the sword could have done. But how did he manage to take the sword from the Artisanship Commission?
I know. Guyun flew out of the case on its own. The Knight of Beauty only unlocked the box to a—
Don't be ridiculous. How can a sword escape from a case on its own?
You've never seen a flying sword before?
I've only heard about the Mieka Kifesa being able to fly in legends. But even if it could fly, why would the Knight of Beauty do this?
Like I said, the sword contains a heliobus. Argenti must have been under the control of the sword.
Official DäHäu, where can we find that knight?
Let me see. The docking location of Argenti's ship. The one and only.
Let's go. We've got to find Argenti before that sword completely takes over his mind.
Be at ease. This place too shall know my protection.
I've been waiting for you here for quite a while.
Knight of Beauty. You're the one who stole Guiyun, right?
Dangerous? In my humble opinion, the real danger is always the hand wielding the weapon. Yes, I did. As a Drilla's knight, I've sworn to live in poverty, and I abhor theft. I had to leave behind a rose petal in order to keep my promise to Master Guiyun and uphold my knightly oath.
What? What do you mean?
I agreed to assist Master Guiyun in its escape from the CİNH. As the person who pulled it from the stone monument, captivated by its beauty, I must not let it down. I couldn't stay in the arsenal to convince the craftsman, nor did I want to take the sword like a thief. That's why I left behind a small piece of evidence that...
Whatever your reasons are, you're planning to take the cursed sword away from the CİNH. Hand it over to me!
Back then, it was the beauty of Master Guiyun that impressed me, so I willingly embarked on the journey to return the sword. But unfortunately, Master Guiyun's homeland is no longer the ideal place for it to return to. As a Knight of Beauty, I must not abandon it halfway.
Oh no. He's completely captivated by the power of that cursed sword. The solution is right in your hand.
Captivated? No! I am touched by Master Guiyun's flawless beauty. To be honest, I'm confused why none of you can understand this sword. This is quite heartrending. I've already made up my mind to take Master Guiyun away from the CİNH.
That cursed sword has messed with your ability to think. But I'll break you free from its grip. I'll shatter its illusion.
Fair lady, if you're intent on taking away this person, this sword that is under my protection, please engage me with a fair duel according to knightly etiquette. As a representative of this duel, I, Argenti, challenge you. I swear on the spirit of chivalry, in front of Adrilla the Beauty, if I win, you will allow Master Guiyun to leave the CİNH with me. And if you best me, Miss Yunli, I'll accept my defeat and turn Master Guiyun over to you. Do you accept my challenge, Miss...
Fine. Let's see whose desire is stronger. Your desire to take it away, or my desire to hunt down all cursed swords. Show me what you've got. You're not going to use Guiyun to fight for victory?
Well, I know a thing or two about swordplay. In a proper duel like this, a knight should rely on the skills he's honed day and night.
You're a real weirdo.
No other choice but tomorrow. Want to doubt farewell. A future will come. Flesh wound.
Victory now. Step onto the board.
You're fighting a gentleman. Put forth all your might.
Fine. Fury of innumerable core flames consume me. Hail the new dawn.
Bear witness. Let the duel commence.
The flames are not strong enough. Quench the flames with blood.
Confess. Put forth all your might.
Her agony!
Rise to the challenge.
So without substance. Like the old sun's embers. Hail the new world's dawn!
For chivalry. I've lost. According to the rules of a knight's duel, I should keep my promise and hand over the sword to you. But before I do that, I hope that you, as the winner, might have the mercy and listen to Master Guiyun's past experiences.
This sword has been cursed since the day it was forged. Place it in front of me. and let me destroy it.
Do what she says, Knight. But you've done so much for me already. It's time for me to face her alone. I'm weary of fighting. I just want to share my past with you. To explain why I wanted to escape. After that, I'll leave my destiny in your hands.
Afraid? Well, you do have a different aura from other cursed swords. But you're just trying to use my curiosity to lure me in.
Well, you know best that a single touch won't snatch away anyone's sanity.
Fine. Show me your past.
It's already impossible to contact the main Cloud Knight forces. What awaits me will be a long and lonely war.
Follow me.
Is this your memory?
It's so cold here. I didn't feel it when I was in the thick of battle. You're indeed a masterpiece from the Xianzhou Juming. If you hadn't taken control of my body, I probably would have been decapitated in that fight.
Quiet, and stay alert. Borisin wolf troopers never give up the hunt.
Hey, just relax a bit. It's been over 300 days since we were both stranded on this planet. The transmitter never rings, so I guess we can't count on that anymore. The people on this planet still use beasts to pull their carts. Obviously, there's no way they can help us fix the star skiff. Looks like we're stranded on this forsaken planet for the rest of our lives.
The rest of a Xianzhou native's life could be terribly long. Are you feeling any desperation? All by yourself in this hostile world?
Yeah, a bit.
When things get too rough for you to handle, just leave everything to me.
Yeah, sure. If I really can't handle things anymore, I'll leave my body to you. But now is not that time.
Do you really think you can oppose an entire Borisin army with your limited skills?
It's true that I'm stranded here. But it seems like that Borisin pack is in this. By the way, Guyen, do you know what a seed is? A seed may seem insignificant, but with careful cultivation and time, you said that the rest of a Xianzhou native's life could be terribly long. You're right. That's why I intend to plant a seed named Resistance here. I can already see the seed in the eyes of those people.
You really think you can do it? Why not just give me control, and we can revel in the bloodbath together?
What was the memory I just saw?
It was a memory of me and a Cloud Knight. Stranded on an unfamiliar planet. We crash-landed on a planet occupied by Borisin. Just the two of us.
I can feel that it was a lonely war.
I'm alive. But all the young people in the village...
They died. They died for you. They died because of your big promises. Promising them a life free from the Borisin. I tasted their despair before death. They didn't see it coming.
We can't stay here. Let's move on to the next village.
Why? What's the point? You and your sorry excuse for an army have been fighting for over 3 decades, and you haven't won a single battle. What you're sowing is not resistance, but despair. This world is hopeless. It's completely infested with packs of Borisin. You've seen their numbers, and you know their methods. And those commoners you've put your hopes in, they just kneel down and worship the monsters devouring their children and families, calling them their beastmasters. You beheaded one of the beastmasters for their sake, but they turned on you because they were scared of the Borisin taking revenge. You remember all that, right?
I do. I remember my first death. The Borisin cut off my head. But I also remember that if it weren't for a brave youngster who risked his neck to reattach my head and give me a proper burial, I would have disappeared completely. I remember everything the people did for me. They left food at the entrance of my cave. The rest of the CİNH natives' life is still terribly long. And there will be new youngsters who will stand beside me in battle.
You said it was a lonely war. No. It wasn't a war filled with loneliness, but with despair. So much despair that I don't want to ever taste it again.
I'm leaving.
Where are you going, Your Highness?
I'm returning to my homeland. A distant place beyond the sky.
But what should we do with you gone? What if those wolf demons show up again?
They won't, my child. You've wiped out the last of them. But before I go, I need you to do one thing for me. Even though the wolf demons are gone, new monsters will appear in this world. Soon, a demon will appear, donning golden branches and knowing only bloodshed. However, fear not, my children. I'm entrusting you with this sword that's been with me in countless battles. Use the skills I've taught you over the years, and you'll surely defeat that last demon. But that's not all. I need you to construct a stone monument for me. It must be large and sturdy enough to seal the remains of that demon forever. This is a debt you owe me, and you must fulfill it. Do you understand?
You lied to them. And you lied to me, too.
Oh?
You promised that you'd give your body to me when you couldn't handle things anymore.
Well, this CİNH native's life has finally come to an end. How about one last chance for revenge? Come and bid me farewell.
He had long since come to some understanding. I could sense a mix of intricate emotions flowing out. It wasn't bloodlust, or anger, or fear. What he had left for you was hope.
They've learned how to fight monsters. But there's still one last monster lingering in the world. Kill it, my old friend. He left me there without ever looking back.
Thank you, my old friend. Heliobi can taste human emotions. How do my emotions taste? My old friend.
A hint of bitter compassion, and a touch of scalding courage. Your heart's deepest desire is to end the war once and for all. Now, the war is finally over. Can you hear? Even though you can't hear me anymore, my old friend, I'll do everything I can to bring an end to all conflicts.
So, this is the past of the Kalevalan people's Sword of Heroes? You helped the people of that world bring an end to war?
No, I did not. I am a weapon, and I only became the cause of more conflicts. Countless monarchs of Kalevala saw me as a symbol of kingship endowed by nature. I grew tired of their wicked intentions, so I returned to the stone monument where my master was buried.
But you allowed Argenti to take you away?
Because even after all this time, I still wanted my master to come home. During the sword-gifting ceremony, I felt anguish when I learned that I would be handed over to the most skilled swordmaster. My master had engraved his deepest desire into my blade. As a weapon, my purpose was predetermined from the start. But once I fulfilled my mission, would I have the right to choose my own destiny like he did? So, I asked the Knight of Beauty to help me break free from this never-
These thousands of years have naturally turned into memories of mine. I think I understand the beauty the knight was talking about now.
I don't want to be a sword that brings death. My war ended long ago. The years spent as a tombstone were my finest.
I've told you everything about my experience with Master Guyon on Kalevala. And now, I'm sure that Miss Yunli is as moved by the sword's flawless beauty as I was back then.
Even though I had heard the legends of this sword from the delegation, delving into its memories was still fascinating.
That's why Grandpa hid it from me, so I wouldn't make a hasty decision. I always thought a cursed sword infused with a heliobus would only bring rage. My position was too extreme. Guyon is truly a sword of heroes. I apologize to all of you for my... I'm sorry.
Now that we've proven Miss Yunli's innocence and found the sword, should we now return it to the arsenal?
No. I'm still going to melt down this sword. I've heard your true desires, Guyon. I can sense that you're tired of being a sword. Constantly serving new masters and fighting battles you no longer want to be part of.
But being a sword is my destiny. I'm doomed to serve some master and fight battles endlessly. Can the wind choose to stop blowing? Can a cloud choose to stop drifting? No. It's the same for me. A creation with a predetermined destiny.
That's not true, Guyon. That nameless swordmaster shaped his own destiny. So you can too.
I just can't picture my destiny being anything other than that of a sword.
Do you remember when you stood alone in front of the Swordmaster's stone monument? People admired you because you carried the memories of the hero. You were no longer a sword. You were a memorial.
Later, as I became worn and weathered, the gentle wind would pass through the hollows of my body, creating melodic tones that echoed in the distant mountains. I became a musical instrument then.
Can a creation become what it wants to be? The answer is yes.
Something different.
But this is the price for the war dance. If the Kalevalan delegation finds out...
Well, my granddaughter has always been stubborn.
What do you all think?
Fulfilling Master Guyen's wishes is the reason I came to the CİNH. With the driller's blessing, you could turn Master Guyen into a plow.
Then, I'll leave it to you, Yunli.
It's been an honor getting to know you like this.
The honor is mine. Thank you, Yunli.
Why the long face, my child? Are you feeling regret? You were completely determined when melting down the sword. So, why the sudden change of heart?
Grandpa, I melted down the prize for the war dance.
Oh? Am I hearing right? This little girl is worried about her grandpa. Didn't see that coming.
If only I'd talked to you from the beginning, Grandpa. But at least Guyen got what it wanted.
When it comes to swords, So, are you planning to continue melting down the rest of Hongguang's swords?
Yeah. Guyen is unique. But the other cursed swords are still too dangerous for anyone to handle. But maybe I'll try to be more patient next time.
Be more patient. Well said. Remember what you learned today, because there will be many more situations in the future that will require you to be more patient.
Understood. But what about the prize?
Well, ever since you showed up at the ceremony, I had a hunch. So I prepared another sword as a backup plan.
That's perfect.
By the way, the ambassador from Kalevala and that knight would...
Oh, General HOYOVERSE.
Well, my granddaughter was inspired by the heroic legends told.
I come from a long line of Kalevalan monument keepers. For generations, my family has guarded the stone monument left behind by the nameless hero. Over the centuries, a golden tree sprouted from under the monument, and its branches have never withered. Before leaving Kalevala, I took a branch from that golden tree, hoping to plant it here to represent the hero returning to his homeland.
That sounds good. We Xianzhou people don't make coffins or set up memorials, so I'm sure he would be happy to rest here.
The hero had asked our ancestors to carve something into the monument, so I made a copy of it too. While the inscription is pretty worn with age.
I have drifted far from my homeland and am on the brink of death. Yet, I take solace in having honorably fulfilled my duties. Should you feel compassion for me, kind traveler, please take a handful of soil hence and bring it back to the Lawfu. Mr. Pavo, I wonder if that hero ever left a name in your history.
I apologize, but the hero's epic battles happened long ago, and he did not leave any name for us to call him. But in our mythology, he came from the heavens, and so we call him the Cloud Knight.
Welcome home, Cloud Knight.
Now, You can also rest here, GUyenN.
As a punishment for being an accomplice in this theft, General HOYOVERSE assigned me to guard this golden sapling and recite the story of the hero and this legendary sword to passers-by. This is not a punishment at all, and I gladly accepted it. Spreading the message of beauty to the CİNH residents is exactly what I desire. However, I plan to leave the CİNH soon and continue my travels. May our paths cross again in the vast cosmos, my dear friend.
I'm feeling a bit emotional. Thank you for your guidance. I'm truly grateful. By any chance, would you be interested in taking sword lessons with me? Like Mart?
Now that my mission is accomplished, the delegation will be leaving the CİNH soon. But of course, the experiences here will become an epilogue to the hero stories. This golden sapling will become a part of the everyday scenery of the CİNH.